Hello and welcome to Meade Week. We're going green this week with a look at this year's Earth Day celebration, a visit to the Canine Kennels, and one last event for the biggest patch of green on Fort Meade, the golf course. But first, Fort Meade's annual Earth Day celebration took place on Tuesday with some opening remarks from Garrison Commander Colonel Ed Rothstein.
To recognize the need and requirements that we have as good stewards and citizens of the U.S. to work towards a better environment. We should never expect the change to happen overnight. It's got to be convenient to us, and it's got to be of value. So one small step every day and getting our kids involved in a great event like today is really what's going to make the changes necessary for our future.
Although our society may not change overnight, the BRAC process has meant significant environmental impact for Fort Meade. For this year's Earth Day, the Defense Media Agency, one of 3 major BRAC facilities to open up in the past year, joined the garrison in opening ceremonies.
Earth Day is supposed to be typified by things that we call acts of green. And with the consolidation, DMA recognized the importance of limiting our environmental impact, and so we took a lot of this stuff into consideration in the design and construction of the building using the LEAD program, which is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And as our employees come from a variety of locations to relocate here to Fort Meade to work, we've tried to encourage carpooling and subscription bus services and alternative work scheduling to try to, again, reduce our environmental impact.
Earth Day featured the usual suspects and displays, but the Meade TV camera zoomed in on 8,000 special guests.
Right now they're kind of cold, which is why they're packed the way they are. Right. As the day gets warmer, they'll start thinning out.
I'll put them in here and we'll just give them out to people if they want to know about.
So how many bees in this display here?
There's probably about maybe 8,000 bees, but there's bees down here as well that can travel between down here and up. The only bees that can't do that is the queen. The queen is, because she's bigger, there's a screen at the bottom here that the other bees can pass through, but the mesh is too thin for the queen to go through.
Fort Meade's Earth Day observance wraps up tomorrow with an Earth Day 5K run at Burba Lake. Contact DFMWR at www.ftmeademwr.com for more information. In other news, what better way for Fort Meade to celebrate Earth Day than to take a visit to Fort Meade's Canine Kennels? With just 8 dogs, the unit is smaller than most, but their mission is unique. I spoke with Army Staff Sergeant Christopher May, who gives us a brief look at Fort Meade's Canine Unit.
The uniqueness of being here at Fort Meade and then working in the military district of Washington is that we get to provide law enforcement for Fort Meade and the surrounding agencies, but we also provide support for the Secret Service and the Department of State. We have handlers going to Hawaii, we've gone to Camp David, Pittsburgh, anything on the East Coast we tend to support. So we also go to Colorado, the national conventions and things for the elections. We support everything like that. So we do a lot. We have a lot of external missions as well as internal here on Fort Meade. So being here, we get a lot of extra missions, a lot of TDY missions in comparison to some other kennels. And then we also get, we always have one person downrange also, whether it be Afghanistan. You're going to see MWD Iran today. He's an explosive patrol dog, or a PED. He's going to be running the obstacle course for you and doing a session of patrol work.
You have your ID card on you? Let me see your ID. All right. Yeah, it's getting late. You need to head home, all right? You can't be out here no more. Go on. Hey, real fast, didn't I tell you to leave? Yep. Yeah, come here. I told you to leave. Come here. Like, forget that dog. Hey, get back here. Hold on, he's my dog. Get him.
It's a very small career field within the Army. There's only so many dog handlers out there. So once you become a dog handler, you pretty much know everyone, especially when someone makes a mistake or does really well. Your name gets out pretty quick.
The biggest patch of green on Fort Meade, the course's golf course, is preparing to close by the May 1st deadline, but that isn't stopping the courses from going out with a bang. They're hosting a Membership Appreciation Day on April 28th. All members can play around with a golf cart for free. And of course, the final tournament, this year's Commander's Cup, will take place on the 29th. That's Meade Week for this week. I'm Brian Spann. On behalf of everyone at Meade TV and the Fort Meade Public Affairs Office, try to make Earth Day every day. We'll see you next week.